And we are back on my video shit. I tried fixing it. Hopefully you can hear me. We're here with the radio. It's Veterans Day. I didn't have a background, so we're using the St. Patrick's Day background because I'm lazy. And this internet thing was pissing me off. Like, why is the fucking thing not showing? But whatever, man. I mean, what can you do? How you doing, Dorito?
How you doing, brother?
Not bad, not bad. Just besides the fucking internet thing, just chilling, man.
Yeah. Well, happy Veterans Day, and thank you very much.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, I just got back from what was it? Famous Dave's. At lunch over at Famous Dave's. Me and Kim. Nice. So if you're out there, cheers. I don't know if we get many people going here. We'll see how long we rock it. Usually I go at 5:30. I didn't give any notice that I was going early, but you know, whatever. We'll just have fun. If you're out there, you want to join the panel, I dropped the link. We'll be here until the cows come home or just have fun. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit up here if there's one person, you know what I mean? But Doof and Vanessa are out there, so have fun with it. Once again, I apologize for the video. My video's probably shot. Hopefully you can hear me. Drew, you've been able to hear me the whole time, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good. As long as people can hear me, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, you're chopping up. You're getting better at some spots, and then it's chopping. It'll get better, I'm sure.
Appreciate that, Doof. Appreciate it. Thank you to all the veterans for their service, all the supporters out there, all the military wives, except military husbands too, etc. Good shit. Mick, what's up, brother? How you doing, buddy?
Mick T, the president of your fellow Flat Cat Club. What's up, brother?
Right. He's the Yorkshire fucking fan club representative out there.
Let me see if I can handle this for you guys. No. You
look more like a hipster who's about to get on a skateboard than anything else.
I'm hoping to have a new skateboard, a new deck for my collection coming up in a week or two.
Okay, can you still go out there and skateboard? Or what's the?
I can skate, dude, but I ain't gonna do nothing stupid. I never learned to ollie whatsoever. I just don't have that sort of, you know. A buddy of mine, my buddy George was saying there is the kids nowadays that skate are really, really good at, what's the math? Physics.
Geometry?
They're good at physics. You see what I'm saying? They're very good at physics, but some may not ever understand it in school. But if you look at a skateboarder nowadays and some of the shit that they do, dude, they're defying gravity, and there's a lot of physics involved. So that's in their head already. And that's what he was pointing out to me. So I never had the physics for doing like ollies and kick flips and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I saw when I was in, where were we? I think it was in Hillsbury over in the UK. There was a kid doing tricks. And he was doing a kick flip. I was like, that's sweet. Because you remember back in the Tony Hawk games, you'd have the levels where you'd sit there and you'd have to they call it the trick and you do it. You know what I mean? So, like, whenever I see somebody in a skateboard, I always yell at them, do a kick flip, just so it's like the video game. Hopefully they do it.
Yeah. This is the ultimate. I mean, ultimately, that's where really that's sort of skateboarding originated, was out here. You know, when you think about it, the Z-Boys, you think about all the stuff, like how skateboard competitions changed back in that day. If you look at it like the movie, sure, it's a movie. But, there's a lot of fact to that, too, with the skateboarding, how it was. You had the sidewalk surfers and the guys that just got on the longboards and the skateboards and just, down the way. Then next thing you know, you got kids going into pools and that have lips up at the top. And what was it? Jay Adams. He was one of the first to actually kick off at the top of a pool. You know what I mean? Coming up.
Well, they started that when back in the 70s, they didn't have enough money to fill the pools up with water, so they just drained them all, and then these kids start skateboarding, and that's the roots of it.
Yeah, well, that was because of all the back in the day too, because the water shortages, the fires, the stuff like that. So people in the beginning, they found a drained pool, boom, they went and skated it, and then next thing you know, like they show in even the movie, they're dragging around water pumps, dude, and sucking people's pools out just so they can skate them while they're gone.
Much appreciated, John. That was a fun one yesterday. Yeah, if you didn't get to check out the Sam Fox interview, check it out. It was a banger. It was a really good one. She was down to earth. She was really fun. I really dug Samantha Fox. She was really cool.
I really wish that I could say that I grew up in the skate genre. Sure, I hung out with skaters. Sure, I hung out around that, but I never went pool skating. I never did that stuff. I was more into roller skating and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So when I was younger, when I was a kid, you know, it wasn't so much skateboarding as it really took off the way it did. I mean, I wish I would have paid more attention when I was younger, dude, because those were the innovators.
Much appreciated, Christy. Yeah, the skateboarding thing is like you got to have really. Skateboarding is a lot harder than roller skating. I mean, you got to.
Oh yeah,
roller skating is just kind of like walking with wheels. It's not really terribly difficult. There's only so many tricks you can do on a roller skates. You know what I mean?
You ever see Luke skate?
But like, you know, skateboarding, balancing on that board, especially doing the tricks, you know, getting the right, like you said, the right physics on the ollie and stuff like that. You got to be able to, one, take a lot of bumps and bruises because you're going to fall quite a bit, and two, be kind of
practicing, learning. Yep.
Right. Like you gotta do this shit all the time. Like our old asses could go out there and go on a vert ramp. Could we fuck our backs up? There's no way. There's no way. Oh yeah. Yeah, for those overseas, Adele, what's up, sir? For those overseas, yeah, Veterans Day here in the States is Remembrance Day in Canada, UK, and Australia. Same concept. I think you guys got all on one day. We got 3 different days, actually. We got Veterans Day, which is, you know, for vets like me. Then there's Memorial Day, which is for the vets who passed on. I think that's where the overseas does the Remembrance Day. And then there's Armed Forces Day for those who are currently serving. But at the end of the day, pretty much everybody just celebrates Veterans Day because it's easier. I mean, we celebrate Memorial Day, but I mean, you don't really do. Memorial Day is more of a solemn thing than
well, it's a remembrance. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean so much it's always solemn. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean a remembrance has to be whatsoever solemn. It could be a celebration as well, too.
Right. Beautiful Vanessa, fellow Air Force vet. What's up? Gina's in the house. What's up, Gina? How you doing?
Gina, Bina, and Vanessa. Hello. Doof.
We got a rock.
It cracks me up, man. Hey, man. There's like 3 of them. They send messages, comments, and stuff like that every once in a while, and it just cracks me up. Groovy.
There's Groovy. School medic is in the
house.
What's up,
Thank you very much, Groovy.
This is his first Veterans Day since he retired. Also, happy first Veterans Day since you retired, bro. Many more. Says we have Anzac Day to commemorate the first landing in Gallipoli. Cool.
My question
is, as far as Battles Day, we have so many battles, so we don't really have a Battles Day per se. Like if we have Pearl Harbor Day, but that's when we were attacked. I mean, it's not a holiday.
No, I mean, there's a girl. I'm sure you wait. Let me look even before I. Hold on here. I gotta look it up. This is totally. That's a girl that has a wrench. There's only a couple of people that, like maybe 1 or 2, 3, actually, including Luch, that have a wrench in my channel. Yeah, she does. That is one girl right there, man, that keeps an eye on your stuff.
Well, everybody, man. Excellent. Everybody who shows up for more than 1 or 2 streams, I'm going to give them a wrench just because they're allowed to swear and, you know, they can check each other out if they want to, and I don't have to fucking, you know, post links. Anybody can post links. Anybody can check each other out. So, I mean, and it's not like if everybody's a mod, nobody can ban each other either. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't get pissing contests. You're like, oh, this person mod. Everybody has.
Yeah, you get people that tend to block some people from time to time, though. That's what happened with me. That's a long time ago. That's why I stopped.
Right. It could be a hard on for some people. They don't like them.
Yeah, you get people that do.
I get it, but just keep that away from normal stuff.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you, Angeli. Appreciate it. Much love. Yeah, if you guys are out there, man, come on up. We're just we have no agenda, no topic. We're just sitting here on our holiday, chilling. Oh, the lovely Connie. Wait, hold on, man. I go so fast. I was going to highlight Connie's comment. Thank you so much, the beautiful Connie. Lovely. Let's see. Share to my Twitter. Nice. Okay. Gab. There's one I haven't heard of in a long time. Remember Gab? Gosh, damn, I don't think I ever even used to get Gab, to be honest with you.
Well, it's our holy sheep tip.
Oh wow, Lone Star's in the house. Welcome over. All you Twitch guys, welcome over here to YouTube again.
All you Twitch guys. Welcome back to where you started.
Right? It's all comes back to YouTube, baby.
What's up, bro?
Hell yeah. Lone Star's chilling, man. Thank you, Christy. Much love, much love. Much love. And you may be asking yourself, why is Dorito up on a Veterans Day panel? Well, why not?
Joey just asked me if I wanted to come up with him, and I said, sure.
Okay,
I got to go to storage to go grab a couple dirt bikes very shortly, but of course I'm going to come up here, man. This is my boy.
My
boy. Like the light is gleaming up. His future's so bright. Do you see this, people? The light is just gleaming off of him in my direction. It's like a ray of sunshine. It's just amazing, isn't it?
Oh, hopefully
we'll make you shine brighter, Joey. We'll make you shine brighter. Just look at me and smile, Joey. Just look at me and smile. Look my way and smile, will you? Look my way and smile, Joey. Oh, see how bright he is? I mean, come on, people. That's amazing.
Yeah, hopefully everything works out at the VA, Vanessa. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying here. Much love, much love. Gina's laughing at the Twitch bitches comment. That's funny. It's gloomy in Tennessee. Yeah, it's raining up here in Ohio too. It's one of those steady all day rains. It's just like annoying. And I think that's why it's fucking my internet up. It's really pissing me off. Thank God this didn't happen during the Samantha Fox interview. And it really sucked. You know what I mean? I guess all these interviews for good weather days. And it pisses me off that the internet is like this on when it's raining. It shouldn't work like that. But whatever.
So I'm thinking here, Joey, what song am I thinking of your complaint you just now that you said it? Let's see here. What song am I thinking of?
Speaking of complainers, here's Mr. Doof. What's up, buddy?
Doof!
Looks evil. What's up with Doof? Looks like he's fucking on the cover of Rob Zombie tape.
Alrighty then.
What song would be perfect for your complaint just now?
Which complaint was it?
About the rain and the internet.
I can't stop the rain.
It only happens when it rains.
Never rains in California.
I was going to go for Dancing in the Moonlight by Top Loader, but I always go that.
It only happens when it rains. That's what you need to say.
In the moonlight. All right, so we got peanut butter cups. If anybody wants a super chat, we'll definitely do an edible. We'll have some fun with that. Until then, we'll be entertained by Doof and Dorito and your boy Joey Edible. And kind of dreary Veterans Day, but I mean it's been nice out recently, so I'm not going to complain. I mean we've had a couple weekends where it's been 70 degrees in November, so I'm not going to complain about that. You know what I mean?
You want to see one of the blingies I got for the upgrades on the buggy, on the blue one?
Sure, brother. What's up, Johnny boy? How's it going, man? Oh shit, Connie, my girl. She's pretty cool. Look at that. With President Jackson in the house. Hell yeah. You know what, Connie, I'll do two for you because you're such an amazing person here. There's one. There's two. What an awesome individual. You make the world go around, Connie. When I get to Detroit next time, I think we gotta go. I gotta see your farm. You gotta show me all your farm and stuff you're growing up there.
Connie. A new set of headlights. The LED in the center white with the blue ring. So it's dual.
Nice, brother.
Well, I'm gonna since I'm upgrading, put new tires on it, put a new head on it.
What's up, Mr. Doof?
Sure.
Say what you wanted to say, bro. I'm listening. Still there? No, you dipped out.
So tell me, Shar, how you doing?
Wait, who just joined? Oh, Shar's in the house. Okay, what's up, Shar? How you doing? Yeah, it's fine. I'm not expecting anybody to stay. We're just
I've got shit signal.
Yeah, it's same up here, dude. It's fucking internet's just horrible worldwide today, bro. If you talk to the internet people,
you know what I think it is? I think the transatlantic fucking thingy's been fucking fucked around with Russia and Britain are fucking around with it.
Right, the Swedes and they're surfing right by the fucking transatlantic cable, knocking it out, bro. So it's so listen, if you're out there in Sweden and you're surfing, go surf on the other side. Don't surf by the cable because it's fucking up the internet.
Yeah. So
hey, Duke. So Duke, is the 11th Remembrance Day? Is that an official holiday over there?
Yeah, I mean, we have like all the kids involved and everything. Um, so you'll have the Boys Brigade, the Scouts, the Beavers, all of like the military things. So Worcester has got its own regiment. It's right in the city centre, right next to the Asda, which is quite funny. Yeah.
I'm at a fucking ATM.
Yeah, we do marches. They do marches through the town, through like the royal boroughs and stuff.
Okay. We don't have many parades. I mean, we do every now and then. I mean, for Memorial Day, there's a parade usually and stuff like that. But like as part of in America, you think we do a lot more parades than we do. At least here around here, we don't do many. It's because of other shit.
It's installed. It's installed into you, though. The American Army is installed into you.
Yeah,
throughout your life, isn't it? So, whereas over here, it's like, hey, you can join the army if you want. It's just like,
but in the Navy, you can sail the 7 seas. And in the Navy, it'll put your mind at ease.
Fuck off, can Britain go in a fucking sea anymore? Fucking right, bastards.
I'm just talking shit, dude. I'm singing the
Mate, we've had to cut down our navy by like half since like World War II.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did the same. I mean, we look at
there's no need. We got you.
Well, if you look at raw numbers, I mean, most of the branches of service have decreased since World War II. I mean, we don't really need bodies anymore. I mean, you need bodies to do stuff, but I mean, like, you don't need bodies like you did before. Back then, you just had wave after wave of people on the combat.
Yeah, but Jerry, the whole point of having something so big is so you can fuck around with people. And it's just like, no, we're not going to get fucked around.
That's very true.
I mean, I'm sick and tired.
Full-on sandbox theory.
Oh, fucking! The more mass you have.
Dave's in the house. What's up, Big Dave? Iowa man represented.
What's up, Dave?
Dave's a legend out there, bro. A fucking legend. I don't have anything like patriotic or military lined up. I don't have shit. I get the one head exploding one. This one's cool with the squirrel. Check this out.
They call me Squirrel.
I love that.
You know, usually those kind of things don't actually they don't come through for me because the what do you call it? The internet's too slow. So all I get is your mic is muted while this video plays.
We got this one. This one has titty pig, and you can play it and they don't even edit it. So check it out.
The selection symbolizes don't take a toke, but don't choke. If you do, you have no clue.
That's me. You meet up, taking off the bikini tops.
like this and like this and like that, y'all.
It's like this and like this and like that. And Dave says he raised my 2-minute silence outside today. The Wheelchair Museum went for a quick plate in the pub called Years. Nice, brother. Nice. I got up late, and then what did I do? I just kind of sat in front of the computer for a while. I think I went got a free Starbucks about 10 o'clock. And about 12, I was going to go get some food for the kids, to the guys of the veteran stuff. But the Panera didn't have free meals this year, so I just went to the Speedway and bought the kids some stuff. And then me and Kim went out to Famous Dave's and ate that. And now I'm here.
Nice. What did you do? What have you done today, Dorito?
Absolutely nothing. I've gotten up. I've gotten dressed. Well, I did some tinkering in the garage, of course, but I got to get ready and go over to the storage to go grab a couple of dirt bikes that we're putting together this weekend. So we will be going live tomorrow. Of course, Luch is coming down. So there is snow up on the mountain now.
What time are you? What time are you going live, bro?
Probably close to. Well, no, it gets darker earlier, so it'll be more like 3:30 at the latest our time. So
okay,
instead of the normal, the old school 4:20.
Truth Finder UK is in the house. What's up, Ollie?
Hey man, what's up? Yeah, I come across your stream last night, and
one of your streams, in it, recent streams. I was looking at it, and I like the content, but obviously I remember you from before, bro. What's that called? I'm a YouTuber, and I do news reporting, and I'm doing a news report about you. I made multiple videos already about you, exposing you for what you do, and in your own time what you do, what you did in the past, the criminal activities that you used to do, and I got that all on my channel, and I'm live streaming now, and the topic is about you, and yeah, what do you have to say?
Who are you talking to?
I have no time for this, so.
Was he talking to you?
Yeah, he's talking to me.
Oh,
He says he was trying, whatever. I mean, if you want to expose me for what, being a nice guy and helping out the community, that's fine by me. But I'm not
Who the
gonna
fuck is
do
he?
stupid shit. If you're out there, so from here, from point forward, we're not gonna do open. I mean, we'll do open, but like, if you don't have a fucking thing, you're not getting on the panel.
Yeah,
Right now, I can deal with this.
I was about to say, if anyone can find that channel, go see what the fuck he's about.
Yeah, whatever. If you want to, if not, don't even worry about it. I mean, I'm not worried about what's Truth Finder UK gonna really. I mean, I'm not even from the UK. Why do you care about me? It's a troll party, 200 subs, open stream. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. What's the title? What's the title of your video? What's the title of this stream?
Title of this video is Veterans Day Open Panel.
There you go. And I don't want to assume anything, but he sounded Asian, so
He's just not.
he's probably one of those trolls that happens every now and again. He's probably one of those trolls that goes out and finds military people celebrating today.
Let's see here. Let's see. Try to figure out this. He's got 205 subs from the UK. I don't know what he's showing. He's a little bit behind. Whatever. Well, welcome to everybody watching on Truth Finder UK channel. We do this all the time. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you want to check out his channel too, that's fine. Yeah.
No, if you want to talk about war and conflict, let's talk about religious war and conflict. Yeah. Which happens all across Asia all the time, and you might think Hinduism is a nice and respectable cult, like a religion. Hell no, man! You seen what they do to goats and cattle? How they kill them? They literally go around like with a massive sword, like about, huge ass swords, and they'll go and chop their heads off, like just in an open field and shit like that. And they won't even eat the meat or anything. They just do it because it's like a religious culture thing.
All right.
Yeah. So sorry for going on a rant then, but I had a Christian bloke come up to me in town the other day and asked me, "Do you believe in life after death?"
Nice.
Yeah. I had about a 10-minute talk with him.
Mark, if that's you, wave hi, Mark. I'll let you up, but I don't want to. There he goes. There he is. My man, what's up, brother? We're chilling. Yeah, I didn't put you up right away. I'm with this. I don't know, whatever the hell the guy's name was over here. So I don't know.
I did hear that. It's a bit weird, wasn't it?
All right, like what's he showing? What does he have to do on my channel? You can go over and say hi if you're watching the 2K, whatever the fuck, UK finders, balls finders, or whatever he's looking for. Welcome to the stream. We're having fun. I mean, if you're that bored, you want to watch this on his channel, that's cool. There's got to be there's got to be some streams of chicks out there you can watch. I don't know why you want to look at our ugly asses, but welcome to the party. I mean, all are welcome. You're not welcome in the club. You can stand outside the window and watch like you're doing right now, but you're not welcome in the circle.
Yes, Dorito. Dorito, got a quick question to ask you.
Sure. What's it?
It's about your wiener.
Oh, it's a little tangy.
I bet it is after a day at work on a Friday. Dorito and Eld. Sorry, mate. I've not met you guys before. Hi.
Hi. I'm Aldu for the third.
Nice one, mate. Good to meet you.
Just don't ask what happened to the first and second one. It's a state secret.
Are you a Southern UK boy?
Yes, mate. I'm from Worcester.
Okay. Oh, I'm a Kent boy originally, but I live in East Anglia.
Oh, he's from Anglia.
Joey didn't make it across in his big UK adventure out here because it's just way out there.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
I'm not
about,
gonna lie, dude, getting to Wakefield was a haul, and so getting out there with Norwich, right? That'd be even.
We're kind of like the Oregon of the UK.
If you want to, yeah, it's quite a posh place.
Oh no!
What's up, Ian? How you doing?
Hi, Anne. How you doing, Joey? Anyway, have you got any lasting memories of the UK? I know you've done this a long time ago, but I haven't spoken to you in this way before. Not for a long time.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I liked. I love the people. It's a lot more open than you think. Very scenic. I mean, it's if you ever been to Ireland and just driving around there, or, just rolling hills everywhere. Very scenic views. I mean, countryside all over the place. The roads are a little small. And is what it is.
Yeah.
They were built for horses, not for fucking cars. So I mean, even the freeway is tiny. Like, you guys' freeway goes for like 8 minutes and it stops and it's back to the regular road. Like,
Dorito, that bear saying, "What's the capital of Thailand?"
It would be Bangkok.
Awesome.
Oh fuck yes, mate. Well, yeah. I got my cost of living payment through today from the UK government, and yeah, I just did 200 quid's worth of shopping for the food bank.
nice, brother. Nice.
Fair play to you, man.
Yeah, straight up, man. Just yeah, I saw the little operation that they do as well. It's about 30 seconds away from the supermarket, so well, didn't carry, but pushed the 2 trolleys across the road, and saw how they do it. So they weigh it up, put it into sorting boxes, and then put it into bags where people of the community go out and then deliver it to people's houses, which is quite cool.
Nice.
That's unreal. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a roof over my head. It's mine outright, no debt, no mortgage, and the very kind people of this country seem to think that I deserve money somehow. So
Nice. We got a 77.9% COLA. I just checked for the VA, so that's gonna be an extra 100 something a month. So that's cool. That's cool.
mm-hmm.
That'll go right into the weed pipe.
Yeah.
It's a funny one, isn't it? I think it's in the UK. It's very different to the US. The US is mad. So like, I've got a load of family in Chicago, and they operate so different to what we do. But in the UK, I think there's a lot more sort of like proactiveness in terms of the community providing stuff. I'm not saying Americans do that, but I think the governments are harsher in America, or they were traditionally, maybe before Obama, in terms of helping those guys out. I'm not saying that it's a socialist society, because I'm not a socialist at all. I'm straight down the middle with stuff like this. But I love hearing the stories of the communities going out there off their own backs.
It's much more of a European thing to do. So in India, some parts of India, they have like communal ovens.
Yeah.
Where they'll just bake like a shitload of bread for the community and stuff. And 9 times out of 10, it's just made out of clay, just literally made out of the ground, basically.
Like tandoori ovens.
Yeah, yeah, and then they cook whatever the hell they want in there. And all you got to do is bring a few sticks, bring a few bits of fuel, and Bob's your uncle. You got a cooked meal. Whereas in the US, you're much more left to your own devices, which is fair enough because you need it. It's like some parts of America, you got like an hour drive to the nearest shop.
It's so true. It's so true.
I think Jerry's internet's going bit.
Sorry.
My internet's been choppy all day.
I got my device and I messed up. Oopsie.
Rito, good to meet you, mate. I'm Mark for the Craft Beer Hub. Good to meet
What's
you, mate.
happening? I've seen you before, bro. I think I've seen you. I think I've been on panel with you once before. I've seen you before.
Oh, it was that really like pissed up panel about 6 months ago, wasn't it?
I don't remember, dude. I know I've seen you.
I ended up on Joey's panel a little while ago, and it was just like a rotation of just everybody.
Yeah, that was probably, it could have been that. It could have been somewhere. I remember the sign, the craft beer hub sign.
Whereabouts in
And
the
I
USA?
remember I think the beer bottle on that other side with all the stickers or something on it.
Doritos, California, I do believe.
Oh, you California.
Yeah, man.
That's why it's sunny out there. It never rains all day. I gotta go to the bathroom, guys. Give me a couple minutes.
So, Joey, what's hot on the channel, mate? Oh, he's off. He's off.
Yeah, I gotta get ready and bone out. I gotta go over to my store.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Sorry, mate.
Damn,
Yeah, he's gotta take a shit, man.
You take a little bit too much Cialis last night, bro?
See, that's like, I'd love to go. I mean, if I'm going to go to America, it's probably going to be like California.
Honestly,
I mean,
San Francisco. I've been all over America because I've got family in Chicago. I've been really lucky as just a person, but San Francisco is the best place on earth.
You know, I left my heart in San Francisco. Get it?
Hey.
I do that a lot.
Man. I think someone was doing that yesterday. They did that yesterday. They started doing song lyrics, but they just did one word at a time.
Yeah, well, I like doing stuff like that. It's fun. And hi, Angie, again, by the way. Hey, Christy.
Oh, Angie. Sorry, darling. You're not getting your chocolate spread.
And George or Jorge, whichever.
I know it sounds weird, but
I'm believing from the last name it's going to be Jorge, but I could be wrong. No, some people do. Actually, that name George is the way it's spelled. Jorge is actually Jorge.
Yeah,
guys, I'm a beer channel, and I take a lot of satisfaction out of this. Look at that head! It's out the glass.
Nice.
Oh, mate. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I do like that when it's like working in a pub. You just pour a perfect pint, you hand it to the person looks at it, and it's just like, yeah, it's just like, nice.
Hell yeah, brother.
Do you drink whiskey?
I don't. It's not something. It's not something I'm with, if I'm honest. No. Sorry, mate.
But
yeah.
I got Jura. Yeah, I love Jura. I love that stuff.
Jura. Is that Highlands? That's a way up there.
That's up in the Scotland. Yeah, West Coast, I think.
Yeah. There is the Isle of Jura, isn't there?
Yeah, that's where it's from.
Yeah, nice.
There's only 212 people in the whole world that make it.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah. Well, yeah, you can find it in Asda and Tesco and stuff. So,
well, but it has to be of a certain kind. It's quite cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's about to say it's not like It's not like old man whiskey. So it's not like famous grouse or anything like that. It's
Glenfiddich and that. Yeah, grouse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like stuff you see in Alcoholics Windows.
The chat is buzzing on Joey's channel, by the way. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Hi, people.
Oh, there we go. Chat's
usually people get unsubscribed when I talk.
Saw a guy shove a guy in a wheelchair down the road and laughed. There is some pretty sick people out here, Christy. I ain't gonna lie. It is the city. I mean, especially like Los Angeles, there's a lot of bad things that go on. And even out here, I mean, I'm constantly getting into it with the actual the school district when it comes to certain things. Like, you know, a lot of bad things happen in this area, everywhere in California. So it's just, you know, just like anywhere, you know what I mean? But this is the city, and stuff does happen.
No, any big city in the States is going to be like that, dude. It's not like New York has the same thing, Chicago, Atlanta, Buffalo. Exactly. I mean, every city has the same issues in the States.
Yep. It's just, you know, unfortunately you've experienced it, and that's what sucks. And I believe you with it's pretty friendly in Tennessee as well.
Right. There was in London, this year, I think a few months ago, there was a bloke who was in a wheelchair and got stabbed. You know, he obviously died late, but yeah, he got stabbed in a wheelchair.
Oh, stabbed. I think he got stuck.
No,
dude,
he got
there's
stabbed in a
some sick
wheelchair.
stuff,
Like,
dude.
it's fucked
goes
up,
on.
man. And to be able to do that to someone that can't obviously get away, fuck.
Toy man, what's up, brother? Come on up if you're not busy.
That's the one thing of a criminal. If a criminal is going to be, some certain criminals, I mean, they're going to prey on the weak, dude, and that's the sad thing about life,
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, that person's going to be on benefits, and they ain't going to have fuck all. They're going to have what, fucking 50 quid on them at most.
Yeah, people are ruthless, dude. Exactly what.
Well, I
Christian
mean,
said.
if you're looking at, if you have no soul and you're looking at easy targets, I mean,
Yeah, there's people that do that, and that's what I just said. Unfortunately, there's people that prey on people and just do it for the kicks.
I mean, hopefully there's not many. I mean, I'd like to think that's less than 2% of people who do something that reprehensible. But I mean,
Society.
Right. Hopefully, if somebody sees
Judge
that,
Webb.
I mean, anybody in this panel and anybody in the chat probably, if they saw somebody in a wheelchair getting robbed, would step in and fucking,
Judge Webb.
Yeah, I mean, so.
Oh man, I'm drop kicking that motherfucker. Literally,
Right?
I'm drop kicking. I'm literally running up.
I just don't think it happened. I think it might happen in London. Eldoof might say something different, but I live in a town called Norwich, and
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm joking, mate. But it's like I just wouldn't imagine it happening around there. Like people are. I used to live in Kent, and it's so much more. It's so much more friendly up here. People hold doors open. Hey, Toymans, how you doing, mate?
How's it going?
What's up, Ron? Well, Ron, how you doing, Ron?
I don't
Not
know.
bad. You?
I think it's a
Chilling,
regional
bro.
thing.
Yeah, about to say, do you have many chavs around where you live?
Yeah, there are, but I think for the most part, I think it's slightly older demographic, not like London where it's like a younger demographic.
One thing I did notice about England, UK, at least in England, this is my perception, is that the more north you get, probably the more older population is, the more the young people are on the south part. Is that right? Kind of right? Because like I got more towards the northern side, and it's like everybody's been there for a while, established communities, etc. And down south, London, all them surrounding areas, you got more of the younger, transit people. Is that kind of right, or what's up with that?
It's a south. I mean, how do you feel, El? Like I feel like it's a south and southeast. So like London southeast is the money, and then that's where the younger guys go to earn their money.
Well, I was about to say, you get less families down south, like especially London, but you get more families and family members sticking around up north, mainly because it's cheaper and fucking easier. Yeah,
it's different grind. Like if you want to, like where I moved from, right? So to give some context to that conversation that Dave just talks about, it's where the village I lived in was way too expensive. I was never going to buy a first home there. So in the UK, we don't rent, we buy. A 3-bedroom end of terrace in an undesirable town called Ashford was probably going to be about 350 grand pounds. I moved up to Norwich. I bought a 4-bed detached in a really nice town. It's a nice house. I'm really lucky for 240.
Yeah. I bought a 3-bedroomed house in Kidderminster for under 100,000. Did it up and moved to Worcester and got a 1-bedroom flat.
There you go.
So, and those towns are literally 20, 30 miles away from each other.
Yeah, it's mad.
So the difference in location. But put it this way, right? If you want value for your money, you go live in a shit area because that's where the bigger properties are going to be for the lesser price. Because no one wants to live in a shit area.
Well, obviously.
It'd be like living in Ohio or California.
I've been a lot.
It's a good thing I live in Canada.
or Canada.
That was funny. Yeah, bite me.
Well, hey guys, I got to get out of here. I got to go grab those dirt bikes. So,
All right.
I'll be
Have
back.
fun with
Okay,
this.
All right,
Drew.
Dorito.
Have a
You
good
gonna
day.
be out
later.
for a while, Joey?
Yeah, we should be out for a while, depending.
Yeah, you're
Just
clear as a
assuming
bell
we,
now, homie.
Yeah, heck yeah. So, oh yeah, the thing's gone. Perfect. Thank you, fucking internet gods, for fucking hooking it up. Good deal.
It
All
only
right, well,
happened
enjoy
when
your
it
time.
rained, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Somebody said a prayer to the internet gods.
Yeah.
Fucking Johannes, the internet god, or whatever his name is.
All right.
All right, well, have fun out there, bro.
Craft Beer Hub, good to meet you. Toy Man,
Likewise.
good to see you, man. Haven't seen
Yeah,
you
it's good
forever.
to see you, brother. We'll catch
Love
you
you,
later.
Dorito, man.
All is
Say
well,
hi
right,
to
Toy Man? You doing well,
say hi
bro?
to El Lucha Cabre for us, man.
Oh, he'll be here. He'll be down tomorrow morning, dude. That's why I'm going to get those things. I'm not putting them together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you like my new ride?
Oh, you got a tank, huh?
That's Canada's main battle tank, the Leopard 2.
Oh, it's a tank with a drum set in the front. That's like that Mad Max sort of shit. Instead of the guitar.
There you go. Yeah.
On the front of one.
No, it
You're
just
out
means
there
that
with the drum
Nickelback's
set.
inside.
Oh, I get it now. Fucking Thunder Road. Later, bro.
Later.
See you later, mate.
Love that. I can see clearly now everyone's face.
Dorito's gone. Hell yeah. So what's on the agenda for everybody? You guys just chilling? I know it's later for you guys, like 8:30 over there in the United of Kingdom, but
United of the Kingdom.
United of the Kingdom, bro.
Dave, what
But
you doing?
small kingdoms are all united into one big kingdom.
I keep him walking around, sorry, man. Yeah, a little bit nervous. Not nervous, but anxious. Don't know. Getting a drink.
Yeah, I'm just chilling though for today. Crazy Ann, good to see you. How you doing?
I'm just like, you all right, Joey, mate?
Oh, I was just coughing. You're good.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. That's all I'm doing.
No, I've just done it. Just joining Joey because I've never joined Joey. Maybe once before, but I haven't joined Joey's stream sober before. So it's just good to pay the favour back. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't get to see Joey when he came to the UK, so I just want to.
It's weird. It's weird doing things sober, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It is a little bit. I've got my beer machine behind me, which will ensure that I'm not sober by the end of the day. So,
Yeah, so hope you get better, bro. Hope you get better, man. He was feeling like dog shit, Mr. Thrasher. So hope you feeling better, man.
Thrash.
Well, I hope you're feeling better,
Rock on,
Thrash,
buddy.
and it's good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, it's he was on Leps for a little bit last night. You could just tell he was ready to fucking die. He was like, I'm not feeling good. It was like, you go do it yourself, bro. Go take a nap, get well, get some Mucinex in you, whatever you gotta do, bro.
Yeah.
Put
Get the hot
it this
toddies
way,
going.
My internet is that fucking slow. I mean, I'm using mobile data. It's on H+.
Nice.
I've not seen that in fucking years.
hello, 2007.
He's going backwards in time.
Where's my video settings?
Toyman knows.
420p maximum video settings.
Brian's in the chat. What's up, buddy? Come on out, Brian. If you want, buddy. We're just hanging out. Get some more Americans in chat, bro. Everybody always foreign people, bro.
You call them foreign people. I'm just right across the pond. I might as well just roll North America.
It's funny how we're all kind of pretty much the same, but just random man-made barriers.
Exactly right. You get rid of that border between Canada and the U.S. and you feel like there's one big country. There you go.
Right. I keep on asking this, right?
Between all these countries, we're all the fucking same. Brian, what's up, pal? How you doing, bud?
That's right.
Brian.
Deal,
Right. I keep on asking this to every Canadian, right? So, you know how Britain treats Australians as criminals?
Yes.
How can we don't treat Canada as criminals then?
I don't know if it was the same thing, mate.
Because the Queen really likes us. She's alive.
He was like a really well-behaved little brother. They just, they do the whole thing in the corner. They're always going to be there. They're never going to harm anybody. Every once in a while, they'll say something, but you never really notice them too much. They're just kind of there. You know what I mean? Canada is like just a quiet little brother of the world. They don't really do much. But
well,
they
we were part of the British Empire at one point in time, and then and then, unlike the Americans, we separated without firing a shot.
Please don't answer your power. Yeah, we're a little spastic over here. We're a little spastic.
Hey,
we did it with a pen and piece of paper. That's it. We're done.
I went to Juno Beach in the summer. I visited the Canadian Memorial, and I know that you guys didn't go down without a fight. You were in there.
Yeah. My dad was in on the D-Day invasion.
I would in like 5 months ago. I was on the beach that your dad would have been on.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mother's from England, and she was in the RAF.
Awesome.
She was in the Air Force. She was driving fuel truck. She was driving fuel truck and refueling the Spitfires and Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
That was her job. So
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, because little known fact, there was more Hurricanes than Spitfires in the World War II.
Yeah, but I like the Spitfire because it's a nicer looking plane.
Yeah, that and my uncle, some relation to me. He said he remembered hiding out in the bunkers and he would watch the planes fly over and dogfight with the Germans and stuff.
Yeah, my mom used to tell me stories about how the air raids would happen, and then the V1 rockets would come over, and then they got really scared about the V2 because you couldn't hear them coming.
The buzz bombs. The V1s and the buzz bombs.
Yeah, the buzz bombs. That's what my mom calls them, the buzz bombs.
Yeah.
I also want to say, it's my birthday on the 14th of November, and on the 14th of November in the Second World War, that's when the Luftwaffe bombed Coventry. And if I was born then, it would have started exactly when I was born.
Huh.
Yeah. I also shared the King's birthday.
Huge industrial place. Look, it was an massive arms depot, wasn't it, Coventry? I think.
Massive arms manufactured. There's still unexploded bombs going off there.
So in the UK, like if we excavate, there's always unexploded bombs. If there's like a stadium or like a big block of flats, especially in London, even on the shores of the Thames, things wash up. It's a big deal.
From what I've understood, they're still finding undetonated bombs from World War II in farmers' fields.
So many.
Yeah.
And it's the same the other side, like over in the Netherlands, Belgium, Russia, or like the old Eastern Front line.
Germany.
They find them everywhere. Germany, they find them everywhere.
Yeah, we don't get nothing like that over here. And in Iraq, there was some left over from the first war. There was this one story, dude. This guy, it wasn't on a trip I was over there, but this guy was on a trip to Al Asad Air Base in Iraq, and there was a unexploded munition from the first Gulf War. And for some reason, the guy was just banging up against the thing, and the fucker blew up, just took him out.
Holy.
Can you imagine? I mean, it's one thing if your child gets blown away in combat, fighting the battle or whatever. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what was he doing? Oh, he's banging a munition against the thing. Fucking horrible.
And do you know what we did with all our unexploded World War II bombs?
Let's turn it into dresses for the Miss England pageant. I have no clue.
No, we put them in the sea, and then decades later, a person called Boris Johnson decided, oh, I know, let's try and build a bridge over those bombs.
Yeah, that's real smart, isn't it? All right, Einstein, who put you in charge of building the bridge over a bomb?
There's over 200 tons. There's over 200 tons of unexploded World War II munitions and bombs in there.
Well, in Halifax here in Canada, in the harbors, there was a ammunition ship that actually, when it blew up, and that was during the war, it took out the entire bay. It was like as if a nuclear bomb went off. That's the kind of devastation it did.
Sort of what happened in Beirut.
So
Is it Beirut?
Yeah, well,
yeah, when they're
they
that
saw that
factory,
volatile stuff.
yeah.
What you were talking about there, Doof, in terms of the bridge was it was a Richard Montgomery, which was an arms ship. It went down. I think it got sunk. I don't know. Did it get sunk by the? Did it get sunk by the? I don't know what it got sunk by anyway. But basically, there's so the Thames estuary goes out of London like this, and then all of a sudden it widens out, and then there's 2 counties either side. In that estuary, there's the Richard Montgomery that's sitting on a sandbank, and it's listed. It's kind of like over one way, and they're worried it could go over the other way. But they monitor the volatile chemicals in the water around that ship daily. But they reckon if that went up, that it's going to take out half of Essex and half of Kent, which is like it's probably about 400,000 people.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder. I mean, do those munitions still work after all them years underwater? I mean, I'm not an expert on that, so
I think it's one of those things where they probably just have to do a crazy estimate because they can't get close enough to study them. I imagine it's not like you're going to dive in there, pull one out, and test how volatile the fuse is. I think they're probably just going to estimate it.
They can last for fucking decades and decades, man. And don't get the water sealed tight as long as when the ship went down, or it hasn't knocked any of them about and stuff. Yeah.
But eventually they're going to rust, and water's going to enter the bomb, and bang, it's going to go off.
There's some mad explosions in London. Like, I used to work in London. I worked in London for 12 years, like central London, and you'll hear like you get alerts on your phone through the news agencies, and then you hear massive bangs and pops, and it's all World War II ordnance that's just getting sorted.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it makes me wonder with all those warships that got sunk at Pearl Harbor that went down that had ammunition on them still.
Yeah.
It's probably still down there.
That's probably an exclusion zone now. That's probably that's kind of modern stuff,
Well, you also too got to think. I mean, if it hasn't gone off by now, I mean, I haven't heard of one case of an underwater thing going off ever. I mean, that's maybe my memory fails me, but I mean, it's not like several hundred people die of this every year. I mean, it's got to be so rare it never happens. So I mean, end of the day, it's but you got to think too. There's probably fucking some YouTuber out there who's going with scuba gear and shit, going around to the different ordnance. There's no way it's not happening.
That's it. In Worcester, we had a Just Stop Oil protest. They went into the Marks and Spencers and tried pouring out the milk, but literally like three or four grannies came around and started pushing them away, sort of thing.
That's great. That's great. Those guys are ridiculous over there. Like I've seen, there's this YouTuber, he's more on Twitter, but he's a Browns guy, but he lives in London. His name's Paul Brown. He's always showing these protests of what you're talking about, the I don't know, what do they call eco protest or whatever. They'll go into something like, right,
just
this
stop
is for
oil.
all the glaciers that are retreating, and they'll throw fucking paint on a painting or something. Like, I don't get it. I mean, if you want to get change in this world, you have to do it. You can't just fucking destroy people's shit and expect them to listen to you. I mean, it's just not. It's just right. It's not the way of the world. So I don't know, but who knows? It should be an interesting trend. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just gonna put more security around these paintings. They're not gonna let people come in the fucking, come in the art museum with all this big bags of shit like they probably did before.
Oh yeah, you stand outside the Houses of Parliament. You stop politicians going into Parliament, which is you can actually legally do that in this country.
Well, that's the point of democracy. The democracy finishes when you shut down the main motorway and you stop people getting to their relatives' funerals and births and everything else that means so much to people.
Yeah, we tried doing that over here, and it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, Canada had the truckers, didn't they?
Seizing bank accounts and putting people out of their houses, and seizing properties, and overreach, right?
Canada's fucking crazy. Canada does have some good things about it, but don't get it twisted. When Canada represses your speech and certain things. I mean, is it overt all the time? No, but there's a lot more restrictive up there. Like there's things we talk about on this show we could never even do in Canada just because of the.
True.
I talk about it anyways. I don't give a shit. I live
I'm
here.
not gonna talk about politics, but
You ain't censoring me, and you ain't stopping me from going anywhere or leaving the country.
the guy in charge of Canada is a nut job. He's an absolute nut job.
Well, all I can say is right.
He's an idiot.
Nobody feels threatened. Nobody feels threatened by a country that has people in it that think they're French when they don't live in France.
Yeah, but
Quebec,
the French people don't even recognize them as French. It's a dialect of French. It's not true French.
Not that I want to turn this stream into a politics thing. 'Cause it's not, but it's all about total. It's all about total control. It's about the amount you're going to swallow, and it's about the amount they can push you. That's all. I'm going to end it there. But
Exactly right.
don't swallow it. Don't push it.
Well, luckily, I've got a big mouth.
Funny thing is, sort of why I get that from my mother's side. You know, it's the English trait. We all have big
Mine's
mouths.
from my mother's side too. Yes, Diamond.
I got cousins in the
no.
UK I haven't even met yet that are in England. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
But anyway, back to the main topic of the point. Thank you for all the veterans. Thank you for everyone. You know, you may not agree with what they do, but they do that fucking job because it's defense of their country. You know.
Yeah.
Well, if your country calls, you got to do something about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you're going to be, and you don't have to necessarily serve to, you know, serve in the uniformed services to be service to your country. I mean, there's civil service, there's all kinds of Peace Corps, all kinds of other stuff you could do. I mean, even just, you know, going to the park and picking up some litter, or donating somebody the food bank, that's helping your country as well. You know, it's not all about just, you know, hero worship and people in uniform. And everybody can serve, you know, whatever country you're in, and just to make the world a better place, not just your country. I mean, it's not.
You could go to the armed services and go into catering. You don't have to fire a weapon. You don't even have to do fuck all. You can go into administration into the army. So,
Oh yeah, I was a passenger service agent, bro. I was working at the air. I mean, if you ever go to the airport and you check in at the counter, there's a person there. That was me in the war. That's what I did. I mean,
brother.
Everybody's got to do something, you know. Might as
Well,
be
they gotta have their logistics people and everything. So, you know.
I think you just got to remember.
I
think Remembrance Day is all about remembering. And I went out to Normandy in the summer.
Mhm.
Right.
And it was a. Can I swear on your channel, Joe? Of course, you swear on something.
Of course you fucking can.
I'll tell you what it was. It was a fucking reality check. For a couple of reasons. It was, and we got a really good tour off the Screaming Eagles.
Mhm.
Well, Joey, you'll know the Screaming Eagles. Toymans, you'll probably know the Screaming Eagles.
Mhm.
And it was just like these guys were another level of bloke, and the women too. The women played their part massively as well. I don't mean saying that. I'm like, you know, we are what we are in everything else, but it's only when you go to those places and you hear the amount of people that laid their lives out. Like we went to Omaha, we went to Sword, Juneau. We done every beach. We went to Point de Hoc, and it's like when you hear the people, these guys that don't let modern ideology dilute what these guys sacrifice for these people to live their lives now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it was the last mass war that you're probably ever going to see.
Well, that's very true. Because we think about life different. I mean, think about you're sitting there and it's, you know, June 3rd, June 4th, 1944. You're getting ready to do this mission, and you know it might be your last. Chances are it's probably your last day on Earth. That's got to be a fucking crazy feeling to know that next day you got it. And they were shaving their haircuts like Mohicans, you know, like the ancient Americans going to battle and stuff. You know, just preparing for the ultimate demise. I mean, it's gotta give you a rush too. It's gotta be scary as hell too. I mean, a lot of people. That's why I love like Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers and stuff. They show like all the just the sheer terror of you puking and just nervousness. And I'll tell you what, as an Air Force guy myself, the boat stuff is whatever. But those guys up in the plane, man, when the planes are getting shot at and they're still gonna pilot the plane and navigate. Oh my god, it gets me like because I've been in those tight planes. I've never had been shot at in a plane, but man, just think of the plane burning while they're doing this. It's just freaking insane, dude.
Well, just think of the bombers and those guys in those gun turrets, like they're targets.
Yeah, those ones in they had the glass. It's like they showed it in the film Pearl Harbor when they had to launch off the planes. They had to take off all the armor, everything. So you can imagine what the fuck that must have been like, knowing that and also if you're in the underbelly and you're going down and you can't get out, well, you're on the underbelly.
Yeah, you're done.
The thing is,
I
think the thing is, life. I think life. There's a fair degree of life's become too cheap. Like nowadays, life's cheap. I think if you look at the guys from way back when, what they sacrificed, they were getting. Like I live right next to, and this will appeal to you American guys. I live next to a airbase called Thorpe Abbotts, and it was the home of the bloody 100th bomb group. And they're infamous. Actually, their story is going to be epitomised by Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks in the next series of kind of Band of Brothers Pacific, and I think it's called Heroes of the Air. I live 5 miles away from those guys. What they gave up to do the job, they were doing the job. It's like us. It's like me going to fix a socket. I'm an electrician. But imagine taking 5 of your friends with you and 2 of them are going to die because you're going to fix a socket.
Well, do you know the charge of the Light Brigade? Yeah. It's quite a famous poem. Don't know if Joey. I don't know if any of you Americans or Canadians know about Charge of the Light Brigade at all.
I've heard of it, but I haven't really read up on it.
Yeah,
it's a big thing in the UK.
Yeah, basically, we went over to Crimea to retrieve some guns. The generals sat on top of a hill, said, "Go retrieve those guns." It shouldn't be anything more than infantrymen, and that's about it. No, they ran into like the fucking Russian back army of cannons, machine guns, and everything, and they got absolutely slaughtered. It's quite They need to do a modern film with that.
Yeah. Well, they did. I know they did it. I haven't seen it, but they did the film of Dunkirk.
Yeah. How was Dunkirk? Has anybody seen that movie? It was no good. It was no good. Okay.
Oh, was it?
That was crap.
Some war movies are really good, and some are just Some of the movies that I like Jarhead for the simple fact that Jarhead showed a lot of the sheer and utter boredom of fucking war. Like there's so much, there's nothing to do. I mean, we were working out, and then after that you work out and you talk. It's like there's just literally nothing going on half the time. So it's like I really like that aspect of it. And after you've been in the service for a while too, you start to critique like, okay, this could never happen. Like I watch movies like The Green Zone, great movie with Matt Damon, The Green Zone. Like he would never got to go off base to do all these things, and they just know they keep such control on you. You can't do shit. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff is kind of like, But I mean, just some of the war is probably, it's kind of sick, but war is probably my favorite genre of movie. Like Full Metal Jacket, Saving Private Ryan, movies. Oh, I just fucking can't get enough.
It's relatable. It's relatable. Every single step of the way.
Yeah, well, I watched The Battle of Britain. That's a really good movie.
Yep,
I like that. And what else?
What's the Michael Caine one?
Pearl Harbor.
Bridge over the River Kwai.
Oh,
yeah.
The Longest Day. You watch The Longest Day. What a film!
The Longest Day. Battle of the Bulge.
Oh,
what's that one where they're fighting across a bridge? It's got Michael Caine, Robert Redford. It's got like a load of great actors in it. I can't remember. Gene Hackman is in there.
Jeez, I can't think of it. I don't watch a lot of films, but I'll tell you what. I went to On my
Yes.
little tour in Normandy, I went to Pegasus Bridge.
Yeah.
Now, Pegasus Bridge, if you're in the armed forces, you'll probably know about Pegasus Bridge. I think it's still used as a tactical learning lesson to this day. And it was, I think it was a bunch of British flew in on 3 gliders, took a bridge, held the bridge from tanks and tank weapons. And I mean, if you go there and you see where they landed and everything else, like these guys are heroes. Like, and I'm not just saying it for the British. Like the Americans are the same as well. The way. I mean, you've only got to go to the American Cemetery, Omaha Beach, and stand there for a minute and just look at the graves. These guys are absolute heroes.
Yeah.
And I'm
Did
going to
you
raise
go
a
to
glass
that
at every single one
graveyard?
of those.
Yeah.
Because those guys are on there.
100%. I mean, if you were out there, in battle too, I mean, just over here, we don't got obviously any World War II battle sites, but there's a lot of like Civil War. We had American Civil Wars between 1861 and 1865. They had a bunch of movies about it, Gettysburg, etc. But you can go to the East Coast, there's a lot of battlefields, and they'll have, back then they even marked graves. That's where the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier came from, because people would die and just didn't no clue who it was. They just put them in the Tomb of the Unknowns. But they'll see, 46 unknown people dead. It's just the death totals are just crazy. I mean, 3,000 people dead on each side each day. It's like incomprehensible. Like we lost 3,500 people the whole entire Iraq war. That's one day in the Civil War. You know what I mean? Some of the battles, it's mind-boggling the loss of life, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's mind-boggling how much loss of life there was at Vietnamese Ridge in World War One. So
Yeah.
What was the worst of all of it, dude? Mustard
Yeah.
gas. There were some French platoons that would send out people, and they would, if they had a 90% or less casualty rate, that was considered a success. Man, that's a fucking horrible way to think about life, dude. Hopefully, we'll never go back to that kind of thing again.
I'll tell you what, the unknown soldier concept is one of the greatest things about this war.
Yeah.
It's anybody's parents, partners, family members could believe that unknown soldier was their relative.
They do actually know who the soldier is. They do actually know who the soldier is. Who's actually buried there. But yeah, they don't know who released it. Yeah. It's
the Tomb of the Unknowns is a cool place to go to if you're ever in the States. If you ever get to visit Arlington National Cemetery, it's manned like 24 hours by these very special guard guys. I mean, they're all listed. They get badge numbers, and it's funny too because if they fuck up later in life, they'll revoke it from the order. I don't know what the order is called, but like there's only like 500-600 of them. They give it in sequential order, right? If you like, and if you can look up the names on the thing, and if somebody's like removed from it, they'll say name removed. And
order of the fucking hell. I think it's the order of the unknown. No, it's not the order of the unknown soldier. I know it isn't. It's
I gotta look this up.
Order of the Guard.
That might be it here.
I can't remember. But yeah, I'm in Worcester, and Worcester's got quite a heavy connection to the independence to America, which is quite cool. Joey, what was the 2 presidents that came here?
It was Adams and Jefferson, wasn't it?
Yeah, Adams and Jefferson. They came to a hotel or a pub and stayed there a few times, which is quite cool, right?
Cool, we're randomness. What if I ever become famous, bro? You'd be like, oh, Joey Edible stayed here for a couple days.
Yeah, also something, Joey, did you know about my flat that Elton John? Yeah, Elton John, hold me closer. Yeah, I think that is fucking Elton John, isn't it? Yeah, I hope it is fucking, or I've just fucking. Yeah, Candle in the Wind. Yeah, he stayed in my flat, in my house. Yeah, buddy.
Nice. Were you there?
How you doing, Windows?
God, no, thank God.
I need a beer.
Thomas,
I'll be back in a minute. I gotta grab a beer.
All right, get you a Molson, bro. He's up there in Canada. He's getting a Molson or a fucking Labatt because that's all they have in Canada. Labatt's, I don't know, man. Labatt is kind of it's kind of like Bud Light almost. I mean, it's if it's on sale, you can drink it, but I don't fuck with Labatt. I mean, obviously, I don't drink really, but Labatt was not my choice. Molson, back in the day, we used to have in Ohio, you can only get 5.9% for the longest. That was the highest beer you could get. So every time we went to like Niagara Falls into Canada, we would bring back this beer called Molson Triple X. So it was 7.3, and it was way higher than anything we had. And boy, I had a couple fucking rough days on Molson Triple X, bro. Holy fuck, dude, fuck yeah! Don't drink a bunch of Bud Light and then fucking drink a 12-pack of Molson Triple X. You'll forget your name. Like it's fucked up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, don't go drinking that Isle of Jura whiskey either, because that Isle of Jura whiskey, my god, man, you don't taste the alcohol. You just taste like all the fruit flavors and everything that they've put in there. Then you wake up the next morning and realize you drank a whole bottle of whiskey.
Oh man!
Right, people. What do I have to eat tonight?
Let's see. You got wasabi, maybe some wasabi noodles, or you just go to that gas station, bro. Right, literally right there. Like that's the cool thing about where he's at, bro. Is that gas station is 24 hours, and it's literally right. Like from the back of my property to the front of my property, it's about how long it takes to walk to that gas station. That's insane. And you think about it. Like if you take my property here in the States, in Ohio, it's not much, it's a third of an acre, but you could fit fucking a gas station, that, you know, his whole complex there, the whole Thai massage place, and like 2 other buildings just on what I got here, right here. That's how close it is over there. Like as loud as I am over here, there's no way I can be that loud over there. People are like, shut up, you bloody wanker. You know what I mean? They'd be fucking
He's got the language. He's got the language.
No, it's nailed on. Yeah, it's good.
I'm never gonna get the accents right because there's so many fucking accents, bro. There's so many. And every time, you know, and it's like from when you're a little kid, you watch movies like Austin Powers, so you think everything sounds like that when it really doesn't. And then, you know, there's so many different accents, bro. It's impossible to comprehend. So you got to just keep your own accent and just fucking roll with it, bro. Not, straight confused, bro.
All right.
What's your favorite ketchup ball? Well, I like these guys if they would ever become a sponsor of the show, including ketchup. I stole the shirt, so I didn't really steal the shirt. And then they were walking by with the gift bag. I was like, oh, that looks good. I just took it. And I figured it was authorized, though, because, dude, we put a lot of effort into that fucking food drive. So I felt pride in taking the shirt. But if they want to sponsor the show, they can definitely do it. I mean, I'm not gonna ever take sponsorships of shit I don't like. I mean, I suppose YouTube does that, you know, but like it's not like I'm not gonna. Oh shit, Captain's in the house. Speaking of Northern Ireland, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Hey, Captain, how you doing?
Look at that fresh haircut, bro. Look at that.
Well, sorry on that.
Nice.
So I had a YouTube there. Just watching that. All right.
How's the weather in Belfast, bro?
Just Friday night, quiet, just chilling out, you know. So you're on early tonight, Joey?
Say again?
You're on early tonight?
Yeah, I figured just get on early. That way, if we wanted to go for a while longer, we could. If not, you know, no big deal. I'm not. I mean, I've already been on twice this week, so it's not like I'm. You know, it's not like people are yearning for a random show. I mean, I've already had a couple bangers. I mean, how do you follow up fucking Samantha Fox? I mean, Jesus, cool.
Yeah,
so nice too. That's what I loved about her. She was so down to earth.
Yeah, quite a long interview. The Tiffany one was super short.
Many wanks in my lifetime.
I was always a Linda Lasardi guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, dude, everybody had a Samantha. Either everybody either had a Samantha Fox poster or knew somebody who had a Samantha Fox poster because they sold them everywhere.
I know.
That was the first. That was the first thing of British double glazing.
Yeah, you just walk past people's windows and you see like the reverse picture of
a nightmare.
That's fucking awesome.
She was good though on the interview, Joey. Though, right? She was really good.
He was so good and such a sweetheart. After the show ended, she was telling me about she has to have once she gets her tour, American tour settled, she's gonna give me the tour dates and she should come out and see her and stuff. So I'm gonna if she's anywhere close, I'm gonna make a concerted effort to go out there. Yeah, I can have dinner with her or something, and you know,
Joey's gonna get some. He's gonna get some
international scandal with Joey Edibles and Samantha Fox. That'd be good for ratings, though. I'll tell you what, that'd be really good for ratings. certain people probably wouldn't like it, but it'd be really good for ratings, though.
Well, she's usually on a show, sometimes on a show called Loose Women over here.
Okay.
Sort of like a daytime women chat show, where they pretty much all talk like chickens.
It's The View. It's like the shitty British version of The View.
Oh, jeez. That's rancid, bro. The view is so unwatchable. This is so unwatchable. I don't know.
And I did a little bit of research. That's where I found most of the stuff coming from, sort of thing. I was like, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I can't watch it. It's hard. Daytime TV is just so bad. Like, why does it cater to the bottom 4% of the world? Like, why is it such trash?
Right.
I don't even watch TV anymore because I'm too busy on YouTube.
Literally the same way, man.
There's more entertainment on YouTube there is on that damn television.
Oh, God,
yeah, damn right. I pay fucking an extortionate amount to Sky every month, and
right.
Yeah.
Joey, I've got to love you and leave you. I've got to go tend to my daughter.
All right, have fun out there, Mark. Appreciate you for coming
Rock on, buddy. Nice one. Cheers, buddy.
We'll catch you later.
Thanks, guys. Really good to meet all of you.
Cheers, boss. Thank you, man. Yeah, Jerry, I don't want to be an asshole here either, but I've got a 5% battery and probably going to have to go soon.
Do what you gotta do, man. Do what you got to do. Get more than enough people up here to keep it going, brother.
Damn, man. Yeah, sorry.
Now, you do realise, Elder, if you could plug these things in?
Yeah, but it's sort of my only form of communication, and I don't want it to fuck up.
Did you only communicate with us?
That is fucking true. that is actually fucking true. The sad part of my life.
Everybody used to say that all the time, dude.
That's a polite way of saying nobody really wants to talk to you because you're not that important.
Nobody used to say that, like, if my phone. If
you don't understand how fucking true that is.
Well, it's funny, dude. My buddy used to talk about it all the time. We'd be at a party or something, like 3 or 4 friends, and the phone would ring, mate. I'd be like, nobody's calling you, bro. Everybody knows here.
All right, Captain. I'm gonna fucking plug it in, but if it fucking blows up, it's all on you.
That's okay. If you can find me, I'll replace it. Shit, Joey knows where I live. That's not gonna work.
I definitely retrace my Google steps because I 100% don't remember the street address.
My anonymity's gone completely now. So, but I was listening earlier before I could jump on. I didn't like Dunkirk as a film, but apparently it was quite accurate. So there was a lot of stuff put in it that was historically accurate about how the felt standing on the beaches being bored and stuff.
Okay.
So it maybe didn't translate into a great movie because I wasn't keen on it. But apparently it was really well done and accurate.
Okay. It's so hard to get another war movie that hasn't been told like 100 fucking times anymore. You know what I mean? Because they've kind of done everything almost.
Absolutely. Although there's a series here now, I haven't watched it yet, about the SAS when it first started in World War II. And there's one of the big like old school SAS legends is Paddy Mayne. There's a statue to him here in Newton Arch, and he was one of the first guys that come up with it. Because the SAS was only pioneered during World War One, and they were getting in behind the enemy lines and fucking up the airstrips and all, and they were getting in and blowing up fuel depots and all. They invented that warfare, and it was these rogue warriors basically. So they're making a show about them. But I can't remember the main guy's name. It's a Paddy Mayne to me because he's from Northern Ireland, But the second series apparently, because they've commissioned the second series, and he's going to be the focus of the second series.
Oh, okay.
There's a campaign to get him a Victoria Cross. So and it's like your Congressional Medal of Honor, only probably even harder to get, believe it or not. It's a EB's done I think he did one of the videos about the Victoria Cross, and
he did the one on Saint Nazaire in France, where they got a World War One ship, dressed it up like a German destroyer, went down the coast at night, and then plowed straight into the docks. and this was to take out the dock that could house what's that really big German ship?
Bismarck.
The Bismarck.
Bismarck? Oh, yeah,
It was to
Bismarck.
stop the Bismarck from going into port to get repairs done. So they managed to blow that up, but they had to then get out. And there was no fucking chance of them getting out. But yeah, apparently 20 of them made it. It's actually a really good thing to watch.
I like historically accurate. You know, if it's not as cinematic and all that there, then you know, I think if you're failing to make a major World War II battle, you know, be cinematic, I think it's your fault, not theirs. So, and that's you know, I mean, Band of Brothers took it to another level because they made a series or something that wasn't done.
What a great fucking series. Easily a mini-series of all time.
Hello. Sorry,
Go on.
Even with Band of Brothers, even they took a bit of poetic license because they didn't find the concentration camp. That's the only bit in it that's completely fabricated. They weren't one of the units that found it, but everything else is accurate. But they just thought it was such an important part of the European conflict that they wanted to mention the Holocaust and put it in. So that's why the series episode 7, why we fight or whatever it was. They didn't find the concentration camp. They just thought it was important to highlight. But the rest of it.
But I was about to say, in that part of Band of Brothers, they did say leave. I think the person who translated them, they said they found loads of others, and they weren't the first. They did say, I think the Russians found.
Yeah, but they did. They weren't. Easy Company wasn't anywhere near it.
Yeah,
that was just poetic license, just for, and you know, but the rest of it was spot on. Well, as accurate as, because day to day, I mean, you're always working off recollections and their version of events, but it's as accurate as, you know, any conflict's going to be. So,
I just want to remind everyone that Vin Diesel was in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
So there were so many people in that movie.
Yeah.
There were Tom Hanks in there.
Paul Giamatti, one of my favorite actors.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
On my TV, I'm about to watch a politician eat a fish eyeball.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You should find better shows.
Well, there's fuck all else on. Well, it's either that or watch Gogglebox, which is people watching watching TV.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do that.
Turn it off. Those shitty shows are only on because people sit and watch them.
Okay, then there's All Elite Wrestling.
Turn the TV off.
You can always watch the rerun of On the Buses. You know, like that English comedy show that they had over there. My mom used to watch that all the time.
They still fucking have it on.
Yeah, that and those fucking Carry On movies.
I'm going to sit over the weekend and watch A Bridge Too Far.
Yeah.
It's a long film, but
that was it. A Bridge Too Far. Yes.
Oh.
Robert Redford.
I did try and type it earlier, but for some reason it come up. The predictive text changed it to A Bride Too Fat, which was really weird. But Bridge Too Far.
Oh, what was that one with Paul Newman? There was another good movie. What was that? Had Paul Newman in it. Was it Paul Newman? Stalag 13, the German. It's about the German prison camp.
I don't know.
I forgot.
No clue.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I can't think what that is. Look it up.
Right.
A Paul Newman for movies.
Man, you got a loud ass keyboard, sir.
I I don't like.
They use
I'm
typewriters.
old. I like a keyboard to click. You know.
It is fun if you have a real deep click and you can type it in really fast. It does sound cool.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, my mum started out on typewriters. She was a word processor.
So did I.
Yeah,
Did you how old I
she
am?
started out on them.
I always had a computer because from I didn't really start typing until 84, 85 on. And we bought a computer in like 86. I've always had word processing capability. I've never had to worry about typewriters.
Yeah, well, I took typing in high school, and I just looked at it and thought, yeah, this ain't for me.
I picked a typing class, and I was lucky enough. The first year they did away with the old typewriters and put word processors in, and then eventually, moved on and up. So
I'm sitting like this going. Teacher comes over. No, put all your fingers on there. Look at the page and type the letters. And I'm like, I can't see the letters. I can't look in two different directions.
Yeah, same.
I was going to take typing sophomore year, but I took study hall instead, and I learned to self-type through like chat rooms and AOL and just whatever. And I'm probably can type as fast as any typist out there, and I just self-learning because I'm online all the time, YouTube or whatever. So it's fucking cake,
A movie I haven't seen in a long time is that Patton.
That's an old one. Jeez.
Yeah, George C. Scott.
1980 maybe? It was a while ago. I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched that start to finish, to be honest with you.
That's a good movie. That's where he slaps the soldier.
yeah,
today.
But Patton had a wee English Bull Terrier, which is what we have. So it was the only thing about him I liked because he was a prick by all accounts. He was arrogant. He was terrible to his own soldiers. He disobeyed orders repeatedly and all the rest of it. He just got lucky in certain ways, but he hated Montgomery.
Oh yeah, him and Montgomery were in competition.
Yeah, he
each other,
said Montgomery was too cautious. But Monty, when he took over the 8th Army and the Desert Rats and all that, he realized he had to rebuild from the ground up, and he got them all properly equipped. He got them all properly, put them through all the right PT and all the rest of it to get them ready to fight again. He had to build morale up. He had to do all sorts because he realized they were in trouble. But a lot of because obviously there was all the rivalry between both sides of the British and the Americans, but a lot of the historians have now come to realize that the time the Americans joined and they thought the British were too cautious, the British were fucked. The British had been fighting the Germans on their own since September 1939. So they weren't able to throw the resources and the men at it the way the Americans were able to at that stage, and that's been people have finally started to look at that pattern because I say a lot of the generals thought that he was too cautious, but he wasn't prepared to unnecessarily sacrifice men the way the likes of some like Patton specifically. He didn't give a fuck. He just wanted the glory.
Yeah,
and he was prepared to throw his men forward. Where Monty planned everything out. Not everything worked because in Market Garden, that bridge too far. That was his baby, and it so very nearly worked. And if it had worked, it would have been it was just genius. Just bad weather and stuff like that just fucked them over. But Britain was fighting the whole of the fucking Third Reich on their own in Africa. They were defending Britain. The Royal Navy was fucking doing a fantastic job at that stage. Still, but just and we're only a wee small country. So.
Well, England's always had UK's always had a big military, so that's how you rule the world. It's not to have a small service.
Well, what do you expect? We've got France as neighbours. We've got to keep match fit somehow.
And thanks to the French underground, it helped out a lot of people.
Oh fuck yeah, man!
Awful lot of really, really brave Frenchmen during the occupation. Can't be the French.
Wow.
And the Dutch. You know, any of them boys,
Yeah.
because they were risking everything. I mean, they weren't going to be put in an internment camp. They were going to be put up against the wall and shot.
Oh yeah.
So, and saying that, I mean, it's all, you know yourself, war is all ifs, ands, buts, and maybes. I didn't realize how vulnerable the Germans were to begin with. Everybody talks about blitzkrieg and all, but there was a window of about a week if the French had been more aggressive. I mean, all the German, you know, shitty tanks at the start of the war, they were all on one road and they were all vulnerable. And if the French had went and engaged them instead of backing off, they would have decimated them because the better tanks and all of that. See, the French actually had better tanks than all at the beginning. It could have ended World War II in 6 months. You know,
The war will be over by Christmas.
Right.
5 years later? Fucking,
No, same thing with Mission
Yeah,
Accomplished.
that was a long war.
fucking, yeah.
Mission Accomplished.
And of course, you know, Hitler came this close to getting the atomic bomb too. Very close.
absolutely.
Very close. If
the
Hitler
bouncing
would have had
bombs.
that and detonated, he would have captured the world.
Oh God,
That would
yeah.
have been up.
You see,
You, me, and everybody else that are alive today, we wouldn't be here.
if sounds buts and maybes, but if Britain had have folded, and America might not have come into the war,
Mhm.
and Russia wouldn't be able to stand up. You know, if all them troops about France and all were able to just go to Russia, Russia probably would have folded as well. And at that stage, that's why I always like what would have happened, because the Man in the Iron Castle is sort of a bit of an alternate history TV program where the Germans and the Japs invaded America. I mean, America would have been on its own at that stage, and could it have stood up to the Japs and the Germans on their own at that stage if the Germans didn't have to fucking fight the Russians and the British?
Right.
It would have been interesting because I mean, Italy was kind of whatever by that point, and
Yeah,
it's like
because Italy was in line with Germany, along with Japan, right? Then Hitler signed a non-aggression pact with Russia, and then he turns around and invades them.
Right. Well, it's like too. Would Hitler and the Japanese have been able to even get to the American mainland? I mean, America's best defenses were so isolated. There's hours to get here. You know?
Yeah, but if they'd have taken, but your defenses weren't at that point. That's the thing. You weren't mobilized. You wouldn't have been ready for it. You had that industrial might you'd be able to tap into once Pearl Harbor was attacked. You know, but I know that it was ramping up before that because they knew something was coming. But what I'm saying, if Hitler had taken Russia, they could have marched in through Alaska and down through Canada and all. I know it's big, you know.
Oh yeah,
That's essentially a land bridge.
A lot of people seem to forget that Russia sits right on our doorstep, at our back door, basically.
And the thing that killed the Germans more than anything else, it wasn't necessarily. I mean, America has this big industrial might that they brought to bear, but they have that might because they have the resources. Germany didn't have the resources. Germany had to decide between a navy and an air force eventually. You know what? Like Germany only ever had one sort of prototype aircraft carrier because they couldn't afford the steel for it because they were pumping out tanks. But if they had taken Russia, they would have had all that, iron ore and all the rest of it, all the oil and everything that they needed would have been there. And they could have been damn well unstoppable at that point. They really could have been.
Yes, and of course, if Hitler would have come up with that jet a lot sooner, it might have turned the tides of the war too.
Even this machine gun, the assault rifle.
I was about to say it wasn't just like the Luftwaffe and stuff like that. It was the fact that we were getting bombed like V2 rockets.
Yeah, the first intercontinental ballistic missile.
Yeah, literally V2 rockets going over from France, just bombing the living shit out of us, and they didn't care where they landed. They landed where they landed.
They were.
They just fired them over there. That was it.
Yeah, but at that stage, it was: do I make V2s or do I do this? Do you know what I mean? Their navy suffered once U-boats were phenomenal to begin with, but they weren't designing new U-boats to combat all the Allied tactics. I mean, we had that corridor across the Atlantic. We had the RAF flying out of Londonderry here, and so they were escorting. There was only that wee space in the middle of it that eventually U-boats were really able to operate, but they couldn't get to it eventually because the American and the British Air Force and Navy had hemmed them in. But the stuff that they come up with, they invented the assault rifle, but Hitler didn't like it. They had to pretend they were making pistols, and it was only eventually when somebody went like this is turning the tide of battles that he okayed them to make more of them, and it was just but it's so limited resources at that stage because they didn't take Russia, they didn't take so, but look, thankfully they didn't, and it's all hypothetical.
Right. I mean, it is interesting. I don't think he would. I mean, eventually, that kind of power just isn't sustainable. I mean, it's one thing to have a bunch of occupied tanks in fucking France, and take over when it's during a war. A whole other thing to govern that kind of area, and I think it eventually would have soon. At that point, Hitler, the Germans were so stressed thin and everything. I mean, fucking, they were using so much prison labor too, and I think that a lot of that helped the war too. All these prisoners just like fuck this and sabotage shit. I mean, they didn't have the capabilities to produce. That was a real big turner too, as well. So I think eventually, I mean, even if Hitler would have won this and that, I think eventually it would have taken care of itself, in my opinion.
The other drawback is on Hitler's side with that the Tiger tanks and the Panzers were very expensive to maintain. They were always breaking down.
Oh, they're overly complicated. They're overly complicated.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're equipped with an 88 cannon on them, which will just blow a Sherman tank to pieces with one hit.
That was the one grace of them. They had quite good armor, and they had a damn good cannon. Everything pretty much else about them was fucking terrible. They like I said, broke down all the time, shit. But the Russian T-34.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a fucking tank. They just look like, we're just going to build this out of like the hardest steel known to man.
Yeah, and it's kind of course, all their armor on that thing was all sloped. If you haven't noticed,
it was rounded. That was revolutionary. It was rounded. It was rough and ready. Yeah. Everybody could repair it. Everything was easily fixable on it, and they could hammer out 30 of them for every Panzer that was made because they were so basic. I mean, you see them now. The actual turret, it slides in. Some of them are so badly made they barely went in. But
I also want to say that the Nazis also invented a 26-wheeled tank. So 26 wheels on either side. The thing was so heavy that it sunk into concrete.
I think that.
Look at the rail gun that they had. That's had on railroad tracks. That huge cannon.
Right.
The goose that
they had.
Yeah. The also invented the orange Fanta. The Nazis invented orange Fanta.
Fanta. Don't do one.
A lot of people don't realize that, but because it couldn't get Coke.
Another good movie is Guns of Navarone. That's a really good World War II flick.
Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
Not really in the same genre though.
No.
Yeah.
See, because there's a great one there recently. You're saying about you only make so many movies, but the Imitation Game's a fairly recent movie because so much of that's about the code breakers here because the British broke the Enigma machine. And that was classified up until about 15-20 years ago, and some of it still hasn't been opened. But that's Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley, amongst others, are in it, and it's a really good film. And that's the guy Alan Turing. It's called Bletchley Park, where they did all the code breaking here, and it's a good film. Now he's super well known over here because he actually got chemically castrated after the war for being homosexual and stuff. And they pardoned him about 15, 20 years ago, and they put him on one of our banknotes. But he basically invented computers because everybody was code breaking, but it was the mathematicians sitting trying to work it out. He made this big fucking machine, big computer, one of the first computers. He called it Christopher. You know, so he was a fucking genius.
So the British invented the computer and the
radar and the radar
and the radar.
Yeah. That's when the Stukers were coming in trying to get rid of that thing. You know, they're dive bombers.
I'm watching that as well, Mick T. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think half the people I had on this week were on that I'm Celebrity Get Me Out Here. I believe Tiffany was on there. I think Sam Fox was on there too, as well.
The only time I watched it, there's a honey called Mylene Class. She was in a shitty band years ago, and she kept showering in this wee white bikini constantly. And she was she actually sold the bikini off after for charity. It was that iconic, and she was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, she's isn't she New Zealand? Is she English or is she from like New Zealand?
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought she was from like New Zealand or something.
No, she's ours. We own her. We all get a go at her.
Own her. Fucking hell, Captain.
I can't get that on your bigger, Joey, but if you wanna, there's her in her white bikini. If you want to show her that.
Nice, definitely. Motorboat and motorboat material. Motorboat and material. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good motorboat, bro. It's it makes you. It's like a life force. You know what I mean? You ever play those video games where you step away from life crystals and you die? I'm like that with titties. I gotta be around titties, or else my life force just goes away, bro. And I fold in those. Be a decrepit king, the pile of carbon mass. You know what I mean? I gotta be around titties, bro. It's just the way of the world. You know?
Oh fuck yeah.
So on this Veterans Day, be sure to stand to all the veterans and veteran supporters in your lives. Pictures of your memories. Applies to women only. Certain restrictions apply. Offer may be canceled at any time. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Bagley said, "I want to grab we drink."
Now, when you salute, is it
like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys go like this, I think, right? Yeah, for up here, it's like this. Because in basic training, they say it was like this because we never lost a war. What about Vietnam? What about Korea? Whatever. But, you know, I guess those weren't official wars. But, yeah, it's like that, and boom. Right? They call whatever we win, we call a war, and whatever we lose, we call a conflict. That's just the way it goes, right?
Yes, I think some military uniform to two.
Well, that's Boy Scouts. If you're in the Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts, is a two-finger salute like that.
Yeah,
I had a funny story about that actually when I was in basic training.
I think any British soldier, whenever they meet a German soldier, does the two salute.
when I was in basic,
World Wars.
we had this thing where you had to knock on the door and walk in and salute like you're saluting an officer. And I went like this. He's like, "This isn't the fucking Boy Scouts for real. Get out of here and do it the right way."
Remember, the Royal Navy salutes like that, and you know why? They hide the dirt in their nails. That's genuinely that's done. The word that they show dirty nails to senior officers and stuff. It was uncouth. That's why the Royal Navy does that there, because obviously they're working out now. So it's that's why they started doing that. So I'd imagine some of the American military does it like that. There's probably one of the branches does it that way as well.
I'd imagine most of the British Army just go, "What up, cunts?"
Hey, it was
Yeah,
always-
and of course, the Canadian Army going, "What the fuck, fuckers?"
Well, you could tell. I mean, I've worked with different country services before and all that, and working with the Brits is so easy because they're so laid back. Yeah, it's the American Army is so fucking ate up in the Air Force, especially these active duty types. They're just got fucking rods up their asses because there's so much bureaucracy in the States. I mean, one could argue that 60% of the jobs in the military don't even need to be there. They're just there because of, they don't know any better. I mean, they'll have like a quality review team of a bunch of people nitpicking stuff. It's like so ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Well,
Did you ever serve with any Australians?
I did. When he was in Iraq, there was one. He was just on his way out. He was there for like a month. He was a UN guy, and he was some kind of whatever. But he was the last of the UN envoy there, and he was leaving. I didn't get to talk with him much. He was literally just leaving as we were getting there.
Yeah, because I was about to say those people are nuts. They just the amount of chill that they have, and then all of a sudden they're jumping off a 200-foot cliff. It's just like
dull. Yeah. I've never met an Australian that wasn't just dull. They're pricks.
Yeah, but Captain, did you meet him in Belfast?
Some of them are.
There you go then.
But I should say, I mean, Battle of Britain. Remember, the Canadians were instrumental in fighting the Battle of Britain because they come over. There's loads of Americans come over because they wanted to fight fascism before America joined. There was a load of American, in the British Armed Forces before Pearl Harbor and that.
Yeah, because when Britain got attacked, Canada geared up and said, "We're at war."
Yeah,
we declared war at the same time. So,
cheers, Canada.
So that's why my dad joined. He says, "That's it. My homeland got attacked. That's it."
Yeah. So it's only a Commonwealth now, but there's still that association there, So
yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole Western world's in lockstep with each other. I mean, if America, UK, fucking Canada, Australia, etc. If any one of those countries gets attacked, we're all going to join in. I mean, it's a coalition at this point. I mean, it's not we're never going to go to war with Britain. We're never going to go to war with Canada. You know what I mean? It's America. I'm talking. So it's like,
we did once.
We might come back and burn down your White House again.
Yeah. Meanwhile, somebody says it was the Canadians that burned down. No, it was the fucking British that did it, not us.
Yeah.
we were busy fighting the Americans too in the War of 1812, and we had control right up. Majority had control of Michigan, right up to almost Chicago. But we felt sad and we felt sorry for them. We gave it back to them.
We'll give it back to them. They'll just fuck it up themselves anyway.
You'd be surprised how many times they tried to attack around Toronto, the Windsor area, right? The War of 1812. We just kind of kicked their ass back across that little fucking creek.
Sorry,
back there where you belong.
Wait till the Civil War II starts. They'll burn their White House down.
So. Meanwhile, it's the longest ceasefire in history because we're still at war technically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're at this point, both countries are way too lazy to go to battle, so I'm not really worried.
Yeah, I know.
So this conversation right now that happens between you two could start another war.
It theoretically could. I mean, it happened in the South Park movie. You never know.
Oh man, I might have to watch.
I remember sitting at the lineup when I was trucking, and the border was tied up going into Canada. And I'm getting on there. I said, "What's going on now?" Oh, another one of those terrorist type thing or alerts. I'm like, "Oh, really?" And another one of those. Oh, okay. Some guy piped up and says, "Yeah, we should take care of all those Canadians and invade them and take over the country." I said, "You tried that once, fucker, and we kicked your ass back where you belong."
they got survival on the snow techniques up there. They all got huts way up in fucking the Northwest Territories. They could go and battle.
And then his comeback was, "Well, we have better hockey players." I said, "That's because the majority of your hockey players are Canadian."
Right?
Well,
literally.
You don't ask if you want my comeback.
We've got Canadians in Belfast playing for the Belfast Giants. Our ice hockey team's pretty good in European standards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, British standards. I'm not sure about Europe.
Oh,
I went in once. I hadn't a clue what was going on. I really, really didn't know. So,
Well, hockey's literally just like Premier League, but with
Cheers.
ice. It's literally the same concept. Cheers. Oh,
Cheers.
yeah, man. Cheers to all who have gone and all who
yeah.
are going.
Cheers to
all
all
who
our
are still here.
veterans,
Oh,
and
yeah.
cheers to everybody who's still in service.
Right.
here, Joey, I have to show you. You weren't on the other night, Jeremy. I have to show you what I got down at Bush Mills. I might have to put my light on, but right. Really?
Oh, yeah, I
what the
see
hell are you
that. I see
doing
that.
Well, he's got his own fucking brand new whiskey out there.
No.
12-year-old Distillery Reserve, and it's fucking lovely.
12-year-old, just like you like him.
Yeah. Oh shit. There's Dean Machine. Dean
Yo,
Machine.
what's up, Dean?
You want to be a Canuck over there in New York State?
But yeah, I turned into a whiskey drinker, Joey, on Wednesday. I've realised I really like whiskey. So
Nice.
Damn right, man. Whiskey's so much better.
This is where it begins, and then it goes down and down and down and down.
I've
Next thing
always
you know,
been a
you're holding
vodka
a sign
man.
at the airport saying "We'll dance for whiskey."
I'm sorry, but
There you
all
go.
you people drinking beer, you're wasting your time. If you want to get pissed, you go for the fucking highest strength alcohol you can.
Exactly. JD, Jack Daniels, which is brewed in Tennessee.
No,
Yeah,
absinthe.
You may not see it, right? So that glass is part of a bottle, right? It's got the date on it there, 1608, right? Well, that's going to show up very well. Sorry, especially on
We see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
1608. That's the oldest licensed distillery in the whole world.
No shit.
Okay, that license was given to them by King James 10 years before the Mayflower left
Nice.
to the New World. That's how long they've been licensed to make whiskey, and they were obviously making poteen and whiskey and all before that. But the oldest licensed distillery in the whole world.
I don't know about you, but I'm drinking a Scottish beer.
There was a
Nice.
Scottish beer called. Dude, there was a Scottish beer I bought in college. It was called Skull.
McLay's, man, McLay's.
Oh,
That's
it was
called.
fucking rough, yo.
It's a Scottish beer. It was brewed since what is it, 1830. There you go.
What is that? Is that 6:30 in UK time?
Yeah,
It's like one day old whiskey since yesterday.
It's all the way from Scotland.
not really. Was it? But you have, I mean, Nova Scotia's New Scotland, you know, so you have a lot of fucking Scots up there anyway.
Fuck yes, dude.
We got a lot of Scots around here where I live in London.
What
You're in
part
Ontario.
of
You're in
what part
Ontario,
of
right?
Canada are you from?
Yeah, I'm in Ontario. London, Ontario, that is. Not
He's
London.
right
England.
across the lake from me. If I start walking,
I
can
know
walk
a
all day.
YouTuber called Guns for Hire. He's Canadian. Doesn't do anything about guns or anything. He does zombie maps and gaming and stuff. And he's from
Oh, yeah.
London. He's from London, Ontario.
Okay. We could get there was a Channel 10 out of London, Ontario. We used to be able to get it on the TV years ago.
Yeah, it's still here. Yeah, it's still around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have there's the days of antennas are over, so we don't get it. Maybe we could probably stream it if you want to, but there's always
Right.
some random ass Canadian channel. You can only get it
Yeah,
like if
Joe,
you're
you and I ain't that far apart, man. You know, Ohio's not that far from where I am.
literally, dude. If they were at one time in the 70s, the fucking mayor of Cleveland wanted to build a bridge, you know, and it ended up in fucking London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally directly right across the fucking lake. If I start walking, I'd run right into you.
Well, they're still trying to build the other bridge.
Well, they really need a ferry from Cleveland to fucking London. I don't know why there ain't. The only ferries put out in the fucking islands. It's like you got to drive, you know, at least 45 minutes to get there to that.
Yeah.
We actually looked a while there ago about building a bridge from Northern Ireland to Scotland.
Well, you and I are. Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's that or else tunnel. The way with the Euro tunnel.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the other option was that, but to see if it would increase trade and stuff, but they never did it because they were always worried about the troubles. They were always worried about somebody blowing it up, or because I know that was a big concern with the Euros. They were, you know, they were always afraid of somebody sneaking in and blowing it up while people are in it. But they looked at it; it was too expensive, way too expensive. To you know, would have been one of the biggest bridges in the world. It would have been fantastic, but
Yeah, but it would have been in one of the most violent seas in the fucking world.
Yeah, it's cold. Isn't it cold up there in them seas? It's cold as fuck up there in the Scottish seas, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Joey, why is your internet so bad all of a sudden?
I don't know. It just all day today. It's been like this. It's been fucking garbage. It's been raining outside. I think that has to do with it, but it's fucking horrible. It's driving me crazy when I was up there at Dorito earlier.
But your internet's normally pretty reliable, isn't it? You've high speed fiber and all, don't you?
Yeah, I pay for the 1 gig, and I pay like $90 a month for the fucking highest speed they got, and it still is like this. I mean, I don't know. Oh, don't know. We're gonna wrap this up at the top of the hour, guys, because I gotta take.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna get going anyway because I want to get some food and I want to get my phone a bit more charged before everyone else has gone live.
Yeah, Captain's gonna be live at 7 Eastern.
No, I'm not doing it now.
Oh, you're not doing it? Okay.
No,
I think
you're not
Paul's
going live? Okay.
live at 7. I think Paul's taking
Blake's
over.
going.
Oh, Blake is? Is Blake doing a Friday night?
Yeah, Blake sent me a message, and because I asked him yesterday, you going live, he never responded, so I scheduled one, and he sent me a message about a couple of hours ago saying that he was going to ask if he could do it, but he saw I'd one scheduled. I said, look, I'll step aside. I don't give a fuck. I just want somewhere to hang out, so I'd rather he got the watch hours and stuff. So, and Paul Wright's got one scheduled at the exact same time.
Yeah, Paul, you need to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence if I'm going live tonight or not, but I know I'm going live tomorrow because I'm making pizza live.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get another lighter. These lighters are all out.
Yeah, the toy man's going to be making 2 pizzas, actually. So.
Oh, nice. What are you having?
Pepperoni and stuff, and hot peppers, and
wait,
onions.
Not my fault. He mentioned pizzas.
Yeah.
You're making your own pizzas. These guys know what's coming here.
Yeah, I'm making my own pizza.
God, no. Fucking hell, no.
If you're making your own, now obviously if you don't like sweet stuff if you don't like pineapple, then it's a dead conversation. But if you like a bit of pineapple, what I suggest, substitute it for banana.
So banana pizza? Okay.
Word of God.
I'm sorry you had to hear that, toy man. I'm sorry.
I know, but put bananas on a pizza. But anyways, hey,
all right, Captain.
I got bananas upstairs, so you might
just slice a few and put them on, and just when you put it in, just cook it the same as everything else.
So I've got a pizza base, right? So I'm going to put some pesto because I don't have any fucking tomato sauce or puree. I'm going to put some pesto on there, yeah, and then cheese, and then the banana. Yeah.
No, you're gonna fuck it up because you're putting pesto on it.
All right, then fucking tomato sauce, puree, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because
you're complaining about having banana on it, you're gonna put fucking pesto on it. Thrice is gonna try it the next time he does because he's got the pizza oven. All my mates, we used to get together and play poker, and I'd do the homemade pizzas. First time I did the one with banana, everybody turns your nose up at it. The second time I had to make extra with banana on it because everybody tried it and went, fuck, that's really nice. Not everybody's cup of tea, but it's one of those things you've got to try.
Yeah, and the other pizza that I'm going to make is with my homemade really hot barbecue sauce that I make.
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to barbecue pizza. I'm going to have to get some steak and
you do that live on your channel?
Yeah, I'm going to do it live on my channel.
Right. Do me a favor, put your link in the chat, and I'll subscribe you, and then I'll watch you doing it.
All right.
Oh.
Well, depending on what time of day you're on, because obviously there's about 6 or 7 hours difference. Yes, Lex, banana on pizza.
Well, let's see. Right now my time is 4:50 p.m.
It's so wrong. It's wrong, Lex. Right? It's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
No, I'm going to try it tonight, Captain. Yeah, I'm going to have tomato puree, then fine.
Yeah. But get a bit of meat on it as well. It's the contrast. It's the sweetness.
There we go. I just threw the link in.
All right.
Okay. I will mark that now. Hold on.
Yep. I even got a recipe to make dough from scratch.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, pizza dough from scratch.
If see, we
a record, like you take a record, and make it into pizza. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of easy because the record's already shaped like a pizza, so you just dump the sauce on there. That plastic's hard to eat, though.
Do you think?
There you
I,
go.
I
That's me
used
subscribed.
I
So
used to
if
layer
you're
tortillas up.
if you're going live to do that, I should get the alert. So but see, it's no good just on banana. You have to have like pepperoni and salami or something to go for the sweet and savory. And you might not like it, but it's different. And some people go, "Fuck, that's lovely," and some will go, "Nah, that's rotten." But some people don't like pineapple. Some people do. So
Yeah,
to their own.
well, you know, I've made, you know, ham and pineapple pizza, which we call it Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why, but
Right, they don't eat
meanwhile,
that shit for me.
meanwhile, a pineapple is not from fucking Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll have to get something to eat before Blake's tonight or before I keep drinking because we actually ordered kebab earlier. Hour and a half, it still wasn't here, and I just it's traffic. The place is 2 miles from me. It's down the fucking Woodville. It's 2 miles from my house. And, it's the traffic. It's not our fault. Of course, it's your fucking fault. An hour and a half for a takeaway, you can fuck right off. So I'm gonna end up ordering pizza in a while.
yeah, I'll
So
be
you
going
got
live
next to
probably
the
about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, my time. So
Yeah, he's in the same time zone as us, Captain. So everything you line up with what we do is the same thing.
All right, that's something to look forward to then.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so we got Blake is doing Friday Night Throwdown, the return of Friday Night Throwdown at 7 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock midnight UK time. Be there or be square for that. Toy Man's going live with his pizza show. What time tomorrow, brother?
at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Right, so 5 tomorrow, 5 Eastern, 10 UK time, 2200. He's going live with the
That's watchable. So
I'm not gonna be around for that. Actually, I'm gonna be. What am I doing at 5 tomorrow? There's a birthday party. So my buddy's kid, my buddy Bob, his kid, Alani, she's having a birthday party. So we're gonna go over there. The kids will run around. I'll probably smoke weed with Bob in the basement. We'll have a good time. So
There you go.
well, you got to make all your friends weed friends, or else you know why. And we could go over there and fucking not smoke weed for fucking an hour and a half. Like, no, I'm gonna smoke weed.
I don't know. I drink. I gave up smoking weed a long time ago. It just puts me to sleep.
I've said this. If I could get good weed at a good price, I would go for it. But honestly, I stopped about 10 years ago doing it seriously because it wasn't legal here, so it was coming through the drug trade here is all controlled by paramilitaries, and I wouldn't give them money.
Well, it's legal over here now. So
it's highly illegal over here, so I'm not giving gangsters money. I'm just not doing it. So
yeah.
So I stopped. I used to love going to Amsterdam. I was in Amsterdam about 20.
We got pot farms over here. We have pot stores.
Yeah.
Royal Canadian Post will fucking deliver it to right. You can get out. Ryan can get online right now. Go on an app. Fucking send me weed. Fucking Royal Canadian Post will deliver it to his house within fucking a day and a half.
It's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Exactly. They did that part right. They did that part right. Sure. But I mean, they probably were thinking about what they're doing, because if you got a populace it's really high, they're kind of complacent. You know, they got their weed coming in, they don't give a fuck. There's high. You know what I mean? So they could just sneak in all these regulations and shit, and half the people are realizing, but the guys who ain't smoking weed are like, wait a minute.
Well, you know, that's why we have that dummy up in Ottawa who's in power, because everybody's too fucking stoned to realize what's happening.
Fucking so true, brother. So true, man.
Yeah. So.
And also, Peter Kay, a British comedian, he's back. Yes.
Okay. What's his name? PDK, you said?
Peter Kay.
Oh, Peter Kay. Oh, okay.
Oh, like K-A-Y, okay.
I don't rate him. I think he's
funny.
I'm trying to pick my adjective here, but shit. Overrated. Dull. Trying to work through them and pick the right one. It's just not for me. It's just he has funny moments, but goes on way too long. The sitcoms Phoenix Nights was brilliant.
Oh yeah, man.
All that was great. Don't like him doing stand up.
Stand-ups, I mean, it's so crazy because like if you go to see a comedian, it's something you just don't care about. You know, it could be the funniest fucking set in the world, and you're just sitting there like, this is boring because you know it's something you don't find funny. You know, like if some mom gets up there and talks about mom shit, oh yeah, Joel breastfeeding changes a diaper earlier. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear it. It's not funny to me. You know what I mean? But if some mom gets up there and talks about how she was, you know, fucking, you know, cheating on her husband with all these dudes and suck a dick and of comics or something. Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening. I got ears out now. You know what I mean? But that's why it's hard for. I mean, it's hard for female comics because, you know, most of the time when guys are interested in anything female, women, it's like they just want to fuck. You know what I mean, so it's hard once they're in that mom zone and they can't fuck. It's like, you know, okay, I don't want to laugh at you no more.
But I think once they get to a certain size, people are going to see them because they're famous, not because they're funny.
Yeah,
and it's like throwing fish out to a fucking bunch of seals. They can say almost anything, and the crowd's clapping, and you know, and that's why so many of the good comedians, Dave Chappelle and all them, and they still do the wee comedy rooms and all that, you know, because it keeps them honest and it keeps them, you know, keeps them sharpened.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the way you gotta do it. I mean, even Jerry Seinfeld still does the tiny rooms because if you get a room full of comics laughing, comics are some cynical fucks, bro. It's like if you got an open, that's why it's hard to do all these open mics because it's not really fans of comedy. It's just other comics, you know, and other comics they're there just to test their shit. They don't give a fuck about your material. So it's like that's why I don't like doing so many of the, you know, back room open mics where there's 4 people in the audience. It's wasting my fucking time. I mean, I can talk to right now. I mean, we're just yapping. We got 8 people watching on YouTube. That's more than I have in the room sometime. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that's why I built my craft to the point where I could talk now. I just got to get it translated back out on the stage. You know, so that's the next logical step here. What's going to happen soon? And we're all meeting up on November 25th in Warren, Ohio. Try outside Youngstown. Dino and Atlas and a couple guys are doing a huge mic there. So we're gonna have some fun with that, and we all meet up. So it should be a good blast. All right, guys, I'm gonna take this train home. Captain, see what you had to say. I'm so sorry, brother. Stay there.
No, I was going to say you put a clip out the other day. It was just you getting on stage and then you cut it.
I have the original clip. I can. I'll tell you what. I'll post that. Give me a day or two because we had a lot of videos. But like maybe Monday or Tuesday, I'll release that whole clip and I'll just post it. The original.
You made
it's on Facebook. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I mean half the jokes hit. I played it on somebody's stream the other day, and that was actually the first time I actually sat by and watched the whole thing, you know, front start to finish. But yeah, it was a fun time. And I was drinking back then too, so it was wild. It was a wild time. But yeah, I'll link that eventually here soon. But yeah, that guy who was on that, Marcelo Hernandez, he's on Saturday Night Live right now. Isn't that wild? That's wild, man.
Unless he's walked off because of Dave Chappelle. You saw that? Or the writers?
Yeah, the writers didn't want to do that. That was funny. That was funny. So normally I don't stay up that late, and I do have to work tomorrow. But man, it's gonna be hard to not watch SNL tonight with you know,
biggest comedian in the world, and they've got him on a show that's down on its ass because it hasn't been funny since the fucking early 80s, and they're gonna boycott him because he made a joke about his transgender friend. Fuck me.
Right. It's the ultimate of woke, eating the woke.
When you watch the special, the joke is about his friend. You know, it's ultimately the story comes around talking about his transgender friend who killed herself. And it's very touching and it's very funny. But people just saw, yeah, fuck you, blah blah blah. But SNL can't afford to piss off like him. The amount of viewers he's going to bring in because he's Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be record ratings for this week.
You know, idiots. For sure. Anyway, ready to go.
Yeah, all right, guys. Thanks for coming out. Be sure to check out everybody. You know, we're have some fun, and we'll see you next time, man. Take it easy, guys.